Jardin Majorelle in Marrakech, Morocco. The Majorelle Garden is a 2.5-acre botanical garden and artist's landscape garden in Marrakech, Morocco. It was created by the French Orientalist artist, Jacques Majorelle over almost 40 years, starting in 1923, and features a Cubist villa designed by the French architect, Paul Sinoir in the 1930s. The property was the residence of the artist and his wife from 1923 until their divorce in the 1950s. In the 1980s, the property was purchased by the fashion designers Yves Saint Laurent and Pierre Bergé, who worked to restore it. Today, the garden and villa complex is open to the public. The villa houses the Islamic Art Museum of Marrakech, the Berber Museum, and has recently opened the Musee Yves Saint Laurent. The Majorelle Garden was designed by the French artist, Jacques Majorelle, son of the Art Nouveau ébéniste, cabinet maker, of Nancy, Louis Majorelle. As a young aspiring painter, Jacques Majorelle was sent to Morocco in around 1917 to convalesce from a serious medical condition. After spending a short time in Casablanca, he traveled to Marrakech and, like many of his contemporaries, fell in love with the vibrant colors and street life he found there. After traveling around North Africa and the Mediterranean, he eventually decided to settle permanently in Marrakech. In 1923, just 4 years after his marriage to Andrea Longueville, Majorelle purchased a 4-acre plot, situated on the border of a palm grove in Marrakech, and built a house in the Moroccan style. In 1931, he commissioned the architect, Paul Sinoir, to design a Cubist villa for the property. Gradually, he purchased additional land, extending his holding by some 10 acres. In the grounds around the residence, Majorelle began planting a luxuriant garden which would become known as the Jardin Majorelle, Majorelle Garden. The garden became his life's work and he devoted himself to developing it for almost 40 years. The garden proved costly to run, and in 1947, Majorelle opened the garden to the public with an admission fee designed to defray the cost of maintenance. At times, he sold off parcels of land to fund the growing garden. Following his divorce in the 1950s, Majorelle was forced to sell the house and land. After this, the garden was neglected and fell into disrepair. The garden and villa were rediscovered in the 1980s, by fashion designers Yves Saint Laurent and Pierre Bergé, who set about restoring it and saving it. During his lifetime, Majorelle earned a reputation as a celebrated Orientalist painter. Though Majorelle's watercolors are largely forgotten today, the gardens remain as his creative masterpiece. The special shade of bold cobalt blue, inspired by the colored tiles he had seen around Marrakech and in Berber burn houses, was used extensively in the garden and its buildings and is named after him, Blue Majorelle, Majorelle Blue. Prior to his death, Majorelle patented the color which carries his name. The gardens and buildings form a complex, where specific buildings are dedicated to various museums and exhibits of interest to visitors. The gardens, which cover 2.5 acres, are open to the public daily and house an important collection of cacti and sculpture. The villa is home to the Berber Museum and also features a collection of Majorelle's paintings. Majorelle's former studio workshop has become the location of the Islamic Art Museum of Marrakech, which features a collection of North African textiles from Saint Laurent's personal collection as well as ceramics and jewelry. Development of the garden complex is ongoing. Profits from the gardens are used to fund new projects. In October 2017, the Musee Yves Saint Laurent was opened to the public as a tribute to the designer's legacy and his links with Marrakech. The gardens are a major tourist drawcard in Marrakech, attracting more than 700,000 visitors annually. Since 2010, the property has been owned by the Foundation Pierre Bergé Yves Saint Laurent, a French not-for-profit organization, and since 2011 has been managed by the Foundation Jardin Majorelle, a recognized non-profit organization in Marrakech. Pierre Bergé was the director of the Garden's foundation until his death in September 2017. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.